Good morning, trading world. It is April 22nd, 2022, 8:12 a.m., and this is my pre-market outlook and technical analysis for day trading the SPY. The title for today's outlook: sinking back to the lower part of the consolidation range, taking on water fast, looking at the last life rafts. My last post, I said, and I quote, looking for strong markets to short, because when it really happens, markets should be in correlation, which means that not just bad stocks are going to get whacked, but all stocks will get beat up on. Today, maybe late in the day, will give me a good time to add or take additional positions in the last strong stocks that are still above water. Here's a list of those stocks. Coke, we have the entire sector of XLP, Walmart, MMC, MO, SYY. I can't find my list to get the actual names up. And I just have to call the stock tickers, but HST, EQR, GIS, I think that's General Mills, BMY, WEC, HRL, KMI. These are all the last of the stocks that are still above water for the year, and they are being hit as we speak, as of yesterday. But there still may be time to kind of react and wait for a kind of pullback that should happen at some point today that would allow a good entry for a couple days of next week, or a couple days of action, or the week of action for next week. These are all stocks fund managers have run to for protection, but right now the market is on a search and destroy mission. So no more hiding. Don't just jump into these positions. I look for the market to start off pushing lower, but at some point a big reversal, giving a good entry point much later in the trading session. Now with that said, let's jump to the key levels of the day. Alright, here we are with the key levels of the day. I apologize, I'm having some technical difficulties with the software this morning. Things don't want to act up. It seems to always happen when you move and try to set things up home away from home. So starting on the resistance side, our jack resistance is going to be the 437 to the 438 area. Our queen resistance is going to be the 440 to 441 area, and we have a large range for the king resistance area, which is going to be from 442 all the way to 447. On the support side, we have the jack support at 436 to 435, and queen support we have 434 to the 433 area, and then the king support at 431 down to 429 area. The main thesis for today is bullish, closing above the 438.06 area with a projected high or target of somewhere between 440 and 447. The alternate thesis is bearish, closing below the 438.06 with a projected low or target of 435 to 429. The current channel we are in, the main channel, or major channel I should say, is 453 all the way down to 425 area, with the minor channel being 443 down to 431 area. The next minor channel below is going to be 431 down to 425. I wouldn't be surprised if at some point this morning we dip our toe close to that 431 area, or just a little lower, either today or going into Monday, down into that 431 area. But obviously I'm looking for a bounce back up toward the 440, 442 area, all the way possibly to the 447 area at some point. And with that bounce, that's going to give us a great chance to re-up on some shorts. So that's what I will be looking for today. Let's get into these scenarios of the day. All right, here we are with the first scenario. I have our expansive range day structure, and when I say expansive, I really want to emphasize expansive, because we will definitely be pushing boundaries at some point today, maybe on both sides. We're going to start off probably with headed back towards the previous close, and maybe venturing over that with a few closes above it, and then maybe a reversal back down to the lows of the overnight session, possibly pushing those boundaries before reversing again, and at some point later today, just a march up from the lows of the day, with some brief breaks in that march up. This is what I see as the strongest scenario for today, putting us back up here at some point. So you may want to step back in later in the day. A lot of times I'm usually away from the desk late in the day, but this is going to be one of those days that I have to make my way back to the desk so that I can, or at least to the computer, so that I can put on some of those positions that I spoke of earlier, because it won't happen until the SPY is up here above that 440 area. So that's the main position, or the main scenario for today. And let me bring up the next scenario. All right, due to technical difficulties, I'm not going to be able to get the last two scenarios up on the board the way I normally do. But the second scenario is going to be a rounded reversal day type structure. We could get a continued push lower toward the queen or king support area, and find midday chop around either the queen or king resist support area, before spending the same energy we use coming down to go back up the second half of the day. The last scenario is our trend day up structure, which would mean we would have to make it up above the previous close before the cash open. And with this, we would find a little resistance taking us back toward the previous close, and then beginning the uptrend for the morning. this is our least likely scenario. I apologize again for the technical difficulties, albeit I am still on somewhat of a vacation. I'm striving to kind of get the outlook out for today, because I feel like today is going to be really, really important to position yourself for next week, as I am. So again, the latter part of the session today is going to be very, very important. So this is the outlook for today. Hopefully I will get something out early for next week. And again, the list of stocks, I may try to come back and write the description and levels out, the details on those as the day progresses. As always, please know and understand your risk, and wishing you a positive trading day. Have a great one.